It seems today that there's this idea that the way life is supposed to go is that you just go to school, get a job, get married, and live happily ever after. This is the story of one man who chose a different approach to life and the challenges and opportunities it offers.
What does travel mean to you, I guess?
Come across many opportunities, places, people, art, architecture, things that you've never seen before. You learn things that you never knew you didn't know. And you live. You don't understand how different the world is. From just watching it through the news, social media, and whatnot, you don't understand what it is until you're actually there. My last trip to Europe, all I knew is that I was going to Austria. I get a flight there and a flight back. And I could get a flight back whenever I want, from wherever I wanted. They would pay for it. I didn't have to worry about the flight, so I was fortunate in that case. But I figured, well, the economy is shit right now. I could either be broke in Canada, looking for jobs like everybody else, or, carpe diem, seize the day. So I asked Red Bull to book my flight 7 months later. I went to Europe with only $2,300 to my name, knowing full well that I would have to sustain myself for 7 months. So I took a backpack, bought a stove, sleeping bag, matches. I was prepared to live a grungy life. And yeah, I could never trade it for the world. Waking up in the middle of a field, just slept here in the vineyard, but I woke up to this view. Hitchhiking, because I had to. I hitchhike in some of the most beautiful places in the world, but let's see how fast I can get picked up here. But before I set off, I told myself, Addison, you're either gonna survive, be able to tell all these stories to many people. I kind of missed my bus stop to go kayaking, but it's not so bad because I have one hell of a view. We're gonna die. Freezing my balls off here in Liechtenstein. I was hoping to live through it. I just took a deep breath once the Red Bull competition was done. I remember packing my bags, pausing and looking at all my stuff. And I was like, this is my life for the next 7 months. Sure, it scared the shit out of me, but yeah, wouldn't change it for the world. The other day I wrote down on paper, because I just like to doodle sometimes, I wrote down success equals happiness. Just kind of thinking about what other people do. But then I started thinking about my travels. So, just finished my first experience at a bathhouse. Flipping incredible. Just so relaxed right now. I had a headache. My lower back was killing me. I went inside the thermal spas. There were like 18 of them. There's a rooftop hot tub. I would have loved to take the GoPro up, but would have been a little bit creepy. So rooftop, hot tub, got to see all of this in the night sky here in Budapest. I want one day. And people always say, Addie, like, you know, you've been in school for so long. What do you plan on doing once you finish? And I always responded, you know, I just want to be happy. And traveling, you know, makes me happy. There's many things that make me happy, but traveling is, you know, definitely top 3. So that success equals happiness thing, I switched it around. You know, happiness equals success. One of my favorite stories to tell is my Arctic expedition. Long story short, I wrote a message, stuck it in a glass bottle, capped it, put wax over the top of the cap, threw it off the west coast of Greenland. It was supposed to land in Scotland or Ireland in about 2 years. Just last summer 2015, I just so happened to be in Marseille, France, cliff jumping in the Côte d'Azur. All of a sudden I got a message on Facebook that night amongst a group of friends in a hostel. And all it said was, we found your bottle. There were 5 bottles on that expedition out of 130 who were found. Mine was the 6th bottle found, and it took a major detour. They went south. In 10 months it landed in the north of Spain. I was 6 hours driving away from my bottle, so I hitchhiked. That's where my hitchhiking story started. So I hitchhiked to meet the people, the 16-year-old girl and her family who found the bottle, stayed with them for a few days. And I know that I am a very, very small percentage of people who have ever seen, not only had their bottle found and known that it was found, but to actually meet the people and see that bottle and my handwriting once again. That was surreal. You'd wake up, you wouldn't want to do anything, but you had to, you know, look at the roof of your tent or look at the morning sky and be like, well, I can either sit in this field or sit in this abandoned barn all day, or I can go experience something. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to travel.
So, after just over an hour, I finally took the kayak in the middle of the lake. Whew. It's fucking cold up here. And I had to push a kayak completely full of water. So, get back to it.
One of the most inspiring things that I've had was my parents finally going to travel, finally, you know, trusting my word to get out of Canada, get across the ocean for the first time. But I've never gotten to see anybody experience culture shock as much as my parents had. Wake up, 7:30 in the morning, always rushing to catch the bus to go to school. Get to class, usually a little bit late. Got to get my Timmies, roll up the rim. Go to class, take a backpack, walk through the halls. I have a job, I bartend in Kensington. You know, if you saw me walking on the street, you'd think I was just, you know, your everyday average student. But you know, if you ask me about travel or anything like that, hell, I can talk your ear off. But my name is Addison Asuchak, 26 years old, and I've done over 30 countries and an Arctic expedition. Antarctica is next.